and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to create a blend space and animation blueprint. So first things first, we have to open our folder where we imported our assets. So we imported it into the game folder, iron belly ring, and this is our arm. So this is the first person arm. Now in this area, we have to create a folder called Blendspaces. And inside this Blendspace, we have to create a Blendspace ID or normal Blendspace just like this. The normal Blendspace carries the horizontal and vertical axis, while the Blendspace 1D carry only the horizontal axis. So I'm going to be using Blendspace 1D for the ID and Blendspace number the work and job. So after clicking your Blendspace, you have to select the skeleton of the character. So this is the skeleton. I'm going to click it. Call this ID BSP. BSP stands for Blendspace. So I can just call this speed. This should be my speed. From here, I will look for my idle. Look for idle. Yes. These are some idle animations. So we can choose any one from here. So let's use this iron sight, which is A, and think it's the same thing with this iron sight. Now we don't need our iron sight for now, but we don't have any other animations for the iron sight, so we are going to use this. We don't have any other idle animation, so I think we should use this. Okay, let's use this for the heat. Yes, this one is okay. Save and close. So we are going to call this ID underscore unarmed UA unarmed because we are going to create different blend spaces for our character. Now we are going to create another blend space, which is the normal one that carries both the horizontal and vertical axis. We are going to call this selecting. We call this walk, or can call it movement underscore unarmed. Open it up. In this area, we'll call this direction. I said earlier that this one contains the horizontal and vertical axis, but the 1D contains only the horizontal axis from here. So let's open this up. We are going to add some animation to blend in. So from here we have added our idle animation, and lest I forget, after adding the direction, you have to make the direction minus 180 and 180. Then under the vertical axis, you can call this speed. Then 800, which is okay. Now I'm going to click this thing, show triangulation, so it will allow me to map my animations very well. Now we need our walk forward. So let's look for walk forward. Walk forward. Use our walk forward, which is the iron sight. But do we actually need the iron sight for now? Okay. Like there is no other animation for it. It means we are going to use this one. Forward. Drop the forward there. Then look for left. Drop the left here. Right here. Backward here. Backward here. Do the same thing on this area, which is speed of 300. This is the speed of 400. It means we have to increase this to 6, I think. Um, 4, 6, 4. Okay, let's make this 600 for now. So this is speed of 300, and do the same thing, left, right, backward, backward. Then for our run, here we do for our run, speed of 500, we do our run, 500 to 600, 500. Let's look for run, 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 jog. So jog forward, jog left, jog right, jog back, and jog back. Yeah. So I know it won't appear very much, but stay this way. I think I should make this 800. That's to be clear. 600, and that is 400. Okay. Now I'm going to add sprinting. Look for sprint forward. Do our sprint forward. I don't think we have sprinting left, right, and backward. So we only have this as our sprint forward. Now we want to add our jog right, left, left, and right here. There should be right. There should be backward and backward. Can remove this one. Now after creating these things, let's set our interpolation to 0.2 so that the animation will blend very well. We can close this down. Now we have already set up our blend space. The next thing we are going to do is to set up our blueprints, which I've created a folder for that. These are our blueprints, character blueprints. So I'm going to create a new blueprint for our hand character. So I will call this blueprint. First of all, select this skeleton. Select, call this arm, arm anim arm underscore anim dt arm underscore anim dt. Then what is an animation blueprint? Animation blueprint contains all the animations in a game. It contains all the blend spaces, all the bones animation, all the weapon animations. So it controls both the upper body and lower body of a character also. So as we move forward, we understand more about animation blend space. Now we are going to open this up. This is the editor for animation blueprints. So in this place, once you create a new animation blueprint, the first thing you see is the output pose. If you watch closely, you see that our character is still on the A pose, which means we have not assigned any blend space to it. So to assign a blend space, we have to create a state machine that tells this character to blend from this point to another point. It can blend from walking to crouching, from crouching to running, from running to sprinting. So let's get started. To do that, we have to right click on the editor, then you type in state machine, enter. We call this movement on armed. UA stands for on armed. Connect it into here, open it up, drag this out, call this idle state, drag it out again, click add state, call this job slash, or can call it movement, or to be more accurate, call it work slash job. Now, these things are transition. Transitions move from state to state, which means if we are in idle state, we transition to job state when a key is pressed, which is the forward key. Then when we unpress a key, it goes back to the idle state, which is called a transition. So a transition from one point to another. Now we have to compile this. Now it gives us some error here because we have not implemented the transition. Now we have to go to our event graph. On the event graph is where all the mechanics are being implemented. Now we have our speed here, but we don't know the value of the speed yet. In order to get the value of our speed, we have to create a variable called this speed. Open this red icon, click the float variable, or you can open this drop down combo box, click the float variable. Now what is a float? A float are numbers with decimal points, which we all know is a variable, just like Boolean variables, integer variables, vector variables, and so much more. But in this point, we are using float because it counts from 0.0 to 600 or 800. Now, to add our speed, we have to drag this thing off from update animation, type is valid. Then what is this? The is valid here shows that when our character is valid, it should accept input. It should update the speed of the character. But if not, it should do nothing. So we have to add our speed here. Drag and drop the speed on this point. In this variable, we have the set and get. When you drag it out to the editor, the get is different from the set. When you use the set, you can connect execution to the variable. But when you use the get, you cannot connect execution to the variable. Now, we have created our speed, but we don't know our actual speed yet. To get our actual speed, we have to drag from the front owner, type get velocity. This is the velocity. Then drag from the get velocity, type vector length to get the vector length of the distance. So now the next thing is to get our direction, where our time should be facing. We have to duplicate the speed, type in direction, drag and drop here, the same thing as setting it. Now we have to drag from the front owner again, get velocity again. After getting the velocity, we have to get actor rotation, get rotation, actor rotation. Click the get actor rotation. Now from this area, drag out from the get velocity, type in calculate direction, plug in the actor rotation to the base rotation, and then connect to the direction. Compile and save. Now we have created the mechanics here, but something is still remaining. We have to make the system know when our character is moving, which means we have to add Boolean variable, which means true or false, as we know. So we are going to type in moving with question mark, which is asking the system, is our character moving? Now we have to drag it here also. Drag here. Now we use our get speed. So if our speed is greater than 0, that means our character is what? Moving. Go back to anim graph. On the transition, drag the moving into the transition results. On this area, use the opposite, which means not Boolean. It's not what? Moving. When it's not moving, it should go back to the idle state. We can now add our idle state here. Use the idle. Drag the speed to this place. Compile. Go back. Do the same thing here. Drag the movement here. Now we have direction and speed in this area, which means we have to drag our direction here and our speed this way. Now if you watch closely, you find out that our character is in the Blendspace mode, which means it's playing the animation perfectly. So this is where we stop for now, creating of Blendspace and animation blueprint. In the next episode, we are going to talk about how to create the character blueprints for our level. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.